Hi everybody, today's July 3rd and I'm in the garage and my car's just been collecting dust. Took the car out and it died in my driveway. Um, so I have a stuck injector on my FiTech. I have a meanstreet throttle body. The injector stuck and I wasn't aware of it, and I tried starting the car several times and it has filled my oil pan full of fuel. So I took the injector out. I tried cleaning them and bench testing them. I'll show a video right now. All right, so what I've done is I've set myself up a little test bench. This is the injector. I put some terminals on. I ran some wires. I have a momentary switch, and I have a 12 volt power supply. So when I turn this on, got power, and I click the switch. So what sounds like the injector, or the switch clicking, is actually the injector clicking on and off. So it is cycling. So there must have been some debris in there that was blocking it. So I'm going to try and hook something up and cycle it to maybe clean it out with some carb cleaner. Alright, so here's my setup. I'll, right now with the power off, can on, nothing comes out. Turn the power on, I could hear it squirt. Now I'll click. Seems to be working beautifully. After cleaning it, I put it back in. It worked one time and then it stuck again. And when I pulled the injector back out, it was hot, so I knew it had failed. So this is a major fail for me because my FiTech only has about 300 kilometers on the unit. So it's quite disappointing. So I called up FiTech and I asked them if it was a something that's common, and they said no. I ordered 2 injectors anyways. I'm going to keep one as a spare. I'm in Canada, so I got to get it shipped. It's not something that's over the counter, which is another disappointment because almost everything on the FiTech you can buy over the counter. O2 sensor, temp sensor, yada yada. Anyways, the shipping took forever. I don't know what happened with the carrier, but just took forever. It was a fight to get it. Finally, it's arrived. It's here. So this is the old injector that failed, and these are the 2 new ones, the spares. I checked the impedance with a meter, and the one that failed was at 11.7 ohm, and both the new ones were at 12.2 ohms. One thing I'd like to see if I can show you guys. Let's just turn it around. The number on the new injectors, I don't know if that's a serial number, but it isn't, it's not the same. So I don't know, I really hope they sent me the right injectors, or else I'll be furious. Before I start, I'm just going to show you guys the most important The absolute most important thing when working on a Nova under the hood. Protect your noggin. Put a piece of foam on this damn thing. Last time I worked on here, I walloped my head about 3-4 times and I had a nice gash on it. Put some foam. Alright, so it's a 3/16 Allen key. And you just have to take out these 2 bolts. Super easy. So you just pull these 2 bolts out. What's nice with a spare injector is I'll be able to do this on the side of the road if I had to. Of course, if it filled my oil pan full of fuel again, wouldn't be very good running the engine like that. So the first time I took this off, it was super hard to get off. All the injectors are kind of press fit into the bores on a 45-degree angle. So you want to pull up and out at the same time. And it came off fairly easy because I actually put a tiny bit of GM dielectric lubricant, just enough to say that it's on the O-rings so they'll slip in properly. Now you want to make sure you don't lose these 2 O-rings for the return fuel because well, you don't want fuel pissing everywhere. So the plugs on here, they're all marked, they all have a number. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera up there, but like here's my number 2. And the plugs, they can only go one way, but there's no clip to hold it on. They just push in, so you want to make sure it's pushed all the way in, and then you push the injector into the bore on your block side. One thing I don't really like is they have all the wires twisted in here really tight. To me, that's a good way of breaking a wire. It's funny how the FiTech script doesn't even line up with the old ones. Ease it back in. I don't want to chip an O-ring doing it. Make sure I'm not messing up any of my wires. This, I'm not going to put any Loctite because it's going into an aluminum block, so I don't really think that it would require Loctite. If FiTech is watching this, what are the torque specs on these? You use your fingers to torque it, I guess. I don't know what the torque specs are. It's not something FiTech exactly puts in their user manual. I don't think we should have to be replacing an injector with only 300 kilometers on the unit. I mean, if you look at the unit, there's not even a scratch on it. There's not even dust on it. It's brand spanking new. As you can see, we're back in the car, and today is July 7th, so I've been driving the car every day since I changed the injector. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear me over the engine or the banging around because it's an old car. So the injector change was rather straightforward. Um, and I still like my FiTech. The FiTech is still a great system. It's just, I was kind of disappointed with the customer service. Even though the warranty was overdue and past the year, I only had a few hundred kilometers on the unit. It failed. I figured FiTech would have stood up and maybe given me a reduced price on the part, but it wasn't the case. I asked for a free t-shirt so I could, basically it's free advertisement for them, and they told me that because of COVID they aren't doing any car shows and they aren't giving away any free merchandise at this time. I don't know, my oil change cost me about 50 bucks Canadian, and what's a t-shirt in US dollars? Not too much. So it's always going to be in the back of my mind. I'll show you guys when I pull in my driveway that I actually bought a used rebuilt 4L80E, and I need a controller for it. So FiTech has a controller that works with the 4L80. I figured since I had the FiTech throttle body, I would go with the FiTech transmission controller. But with all the troubles I've had, should I shop around? I'm not dead set yet. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. All right, and I'm back home. Let's go check out this transmission. Don't mind the backyard. Garage is getting some new siding. Nova home. Alright, so here she is. This is the 4L80 I've picked up. I just started cleaning it up, trying to get some paint on the bracket so it's not so rusty. So what do you guys think? Should I get the FiTech controller to control this beast? My goal is to make my Nova into the ultimate road trip machine. Let me know what you would do in this situation, and if you like these episodes, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'm trying to get you guys some better content out there. I might have a new project coming up. It might be a Ford. Check you later.